What's up, guys? It's Sam and Taylor.
And we want you to put your shoes on,
Pop open that energy drink,
and go.
Ooh, do you hear that? Olipop, baby. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I am Sam.
And I am Taylor. So glad to have you guys with us. I'm going to keep saying this every episode. I know you guys are sick of me, but it would mean the world if you leave a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. Specifically, Apple Podcasts takes 2 seconds. It would mean the world. And also merch is for sale. Still for sale. We got hats. We got shirts, stickers. You should go check it out.
Yes, 100%. Sorry for annoying you guys on that one, but it does really help. So go for it. And I've noticed a lot of newcomers too joining the podcast Instagram.
Yes.
The podcast in general, but podcast Instagram I've noticed. I'll pop over to the podcast Instagram every now and then, and I just notice we'll get a good fluctuation of new followers on that, and I love it. I love that you guys engage with the podcast Instagram graphics because those are supposed to be fun. I want you guys to laugh from them.
Yeah, Sam puts a lot of... you're very creative with them.
I know. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, so happy you guys like them.
Yes. Today is going to be a good one because we asked you guys to send us over some questions, some stories, things you need advice on, whatever it may be about roommates, because we've been living together for over a year now, a year and 4 months. So we're pretty well versed.
Yeah, and I'm just going to sum it up right now. It seems like a lot of people don't know how to live with their roommate.
No, they really don't. We live together very well.
Yeah.
And I think you guys need our help.
We're going to help you out. But before we do that, let's get into the weekly recap. I enjoy this part so much because things will happen. I'm oh no, stop, Sam, stop talking. Save it for the pod. Or I'm just so excited to tell the pod. You guys are my fam. So I have a list of things. Anyways, first being this weekend, I didn't drink and I was so disciplined with myself. And I told myself I wasn't going to because I just knew I wanted to feel good this week and just kind of regroup, whatever. And I'm thriving. I'm doing amazing. It felt good not to drink. I did, I was social this weekend. So there's no really excuse. If you're not going to drink, you don't have to, hibernate yourself in a room. So we went, where did we go on Friday night?
On Friday night...
Did we get dinner? No, your mom was here. Yeah, we did get dinner.
We went to Bar Peach.
Yeah, Bar Peach. One of the best places to get food downtown. But it was downpouring.
It was pouring rain. It was so brutal getting in there.
It never rains here, and the 1 second it decides to rain, it's we're going to a restaurant where our reservation's outside.
I know, and I told my mom, I'm the weather's so nice here. It's so, you're gonna love it. And it was raining all except the last day. The last day it was beautiful weather and we enjoyed it outside. But I was yeah, sorry, the weather kind of stinks. It's humid and rainy every single day. It was pouring on the way to dinner, but we got little mocktails at dinner.
Yeah, the
mocktails were so yummy. I had quite the week because Sam said my mom was here, so I went to the Carrie Underwood concert, which was so much fun. I got one drink at the concert just to I don't really know why, just for shits and giggles. I got one. And then the next night our friends came over, right? Yeah, the next night our friends came over.
Yeah, that's
on
always
Thursday. On Thursday, and I had one too many glasses of wine. And then the Astros
you were drunk.
I wasn't drunk out, but because I had sobered up, but because I only had I think I only had 3 drinks out. But then Haley was if the Astros win the Super Bowl, you're coming out. And I was actually I do want my mom.
Did you say Astros win the Super Bowl?
The World Series.
I literally can't.
If the Astros win the World Series, you're coming out. And I was actually I will go because I do want my mom to go out. That'd be really funny. And we weren't going to go out till Saturday and she'd be gone. So I was actually, yeah, come. I'll show you what it's like. I went out in a sweatshirt and jeans. Because I was I'm not getting dressed for this. I literally just kept my sweatshirt on, threw on jeans, sneakers. So I was I'm good to go. I'm ready for it. I only got 3 drinks. My mom was buying all of them. My mom was buying.
Really?
Well, my mom bought all the rounds of drinks. And then Haley got me one drink at the end, and it was literally just tequila on ice, and I gave it to Hunter. So I was chilling. I wasn't too bad. The wine got to me earlier on in the night, but then out I was fine. And we just had, it was fun bringing my mom out. And then Friday we went to dinner, and then Saturday we went out. Still didn't even drink a lot out. because after you went home, we were just like kind of talking at the bars, me and my friends. Like we weren't like getting a bunch of drinks and like going here. Like we were literally just like hanging out, talking, and then we were like, we should just go home. Like we should just have these conversations
elsewhere.
Like we don't need to be here. like we were literally like, we didn't even go all the way in. So like at this bar, there's like a bar at the front, and then the dancing section is like more toward the back. We didn't even go there. Like we were like just kind of talking by the bar.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, we don't need to sit here and like chit chat. Let's just chit chat at home.
Yeah. I was literally that night. So I knew I wasn't going to drink like that night. And like we were going out, and I wanted to go out like on the earlier side, but we showed up to the boys Saturday night at their apartment, and they were playing poker, like watching the
World
baseball
Series
game. And I'm like, all right, well, this sucks. Like, so we didn't even leave to go out until like 10 or 10:30. I think it was like 10:30.
Yeah, I was late.
Yeah. Anyways, so like I just knew I was like, I'm gonna get one drink and I'm gonna want to leave. But like I like said that out loud, and one of our friends was like, no, like the convincing aspect of like me, like I get so pissed off when people try to convince me to do something when I already set my mind to not doing something. So I think that was the first time Hunter saw me like kind of pissed. I was like, don't say that. Like I already said I'm not going out.
Yeah, I think because everyone just wants to like have fun with you. Like they want you to like they would like their friend to be there.
Of course, but like
it actually would have been a good night for you to go out because we really didn't do anything.
Yeah,
like,
I mean I did leave at like
we
midnight.
only went to one spot, and like we weren't there for long at all.
Yeah,
I did have to scooter home though because all the streets were blocked off, so getting a car anywhere near you was like hell on earth. So we were like, we're scootering home, and I hadn't scootered home in so long. And I was like, oh, here we go. One of those nights, scootering home. But that's what happens when all the streets are blocked off and no car can.
It really makes no sense. They do that way too often.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so Austin, Texas, downtown is like the streets are labeled. Like, it's kind of like New York City where everything is just like blocks and it's like squares. Whereas in Boston, like the streets are so confusing. They're not like blocks or squares. Like there's curves. Like everything's going on. It's horrible to navigate. So the streets in Austin are like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and it goes all the way up to like 59th Street or something. And so like 7th to like 12th Street was completely blocked off from like a festival at night, which the festival was over. So it just makes no sense why they block off on the weekends.
The most busy streets that you're going to be using downtown are completely blocked off.
Like they could have
really
easily,
annoying.
when we were riding the scooters through, like I'm like, they had cops in there anyway waiting. I'm like, they could have easily opened up the gates and allowed cars to like drive by to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I wasn't really comprehending, but it was super annoying.
Yeah.
Which is why we had to scooter home because there was no use even trying to get an Uber anywhere.
I do want to plug Monopoly Deal, guys. I'm not even kidding. I want to see you guys using Monopoly Deal. This is not an ad by any means, like at all. Like dead ass. I've never been so in love with a card game in my life. I feel like a child again. And I want you guys to start playing Monopoly Deal. You can literally get it on Amazon for like $13. I wrote a big list of like sober fun with friends, and I made a graphic and I put it on the podcast Instagram. And Monopoly Deal was on like the top. I was like, I don't even know. Taylor was saying we don't even know if you guys know what that game is, but I promise you, get the game and you're going to be obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's a very fun game. TBT when you were like, I don't like the game. I don't get it.
It requires a lot of brains to understand
really does
it. No, it does. It's not like Uno where it's like you don't really need to know, like you need to learn the rules. Whereas Uno, it's just like common sense.
But like, okay, like you need to learn the rules, but like they're basic rules. It's not it's not for 6-year-olds, but like it's
a brain power game. It is a brain. You have to use your brain the whole game.
I think it's pretty basic level card game.
Okay. Anyways, get the game. It's a lot of fun. Another update I had for you guys is that my TikTok is completely shadow banned. It sucks, but I've been spamming the shit out of it with a lot of other content that you guys don't really see a lot. I've been doing like makeup content, skincare routines, just vloggy type content. So yeah, if you want to see that, you're going to have to search for it. I don't think it's going to be popping up on your For You page or
retweet
your following page. You're going to have to go look for it yourself. But I just have fun. Like, I don't even care if it doesn't pop off. Like, I'm doing my makeup and, like, also talking to you guys at the same time. It's, like, kind of therapeutic in a sense. So I've been liking it.
Yeah, I've been making fun little routine videos that are fun to do. That's a good time.
I have a hot take. Well, not a hot take. Actually, Taylor will agree with me on this. But I saw this TikTok, And I've been holding off talking about it on here for a while, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I really don't care. I feel like I'm allowed to talk about my opinions.
You're
on
making
things.
me nervous.
No, it's fine. Okay, so there was this TikTok, and it's literally just like this audio. Anyways, the text that the girl put over it and goes, the worst thing about LA is you'll meet the most insufferable, evil, ignorant people that you have ever met online, and you'll see that they have around 100K followers, and every comment in the comment section is slay queen.
That's true.
Nope, but here's my hot take. This, but fitness version, Alpha Land.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I literally wanted to duet this or stitch this and be like, fitness industry, but Houston, Texas, not LA.
No, Houston, Texas. I mean, this is... I actually am... Well, okay, this might have to be like a whole nother episode, but the way that if this was a whole nother episode, the clips would probably go trending on TikTok, which isn't a...
Oh, yeah.
All
if we
publicity is good
talk
publicity.
about this, people are going to be pissed.
Oh, no, you guys already know. I like despise going to fitness and oh, Jesus Christ.
Wrong pipe.
I despise going to fitness influencer things. I despise
Sorry. Wrong pipe.
I despise going to Alpha Land. I despise, like, it's literally like I cannot think of a more anxiety inducing, just terrible place.
Yeah, no,
It's dreadful.
See, the thing is, like, I like Alphaland gym itself.
Oh, 100%. The gym is
people that are in
outstanding.
it. The people that are in it are just like, it really boggles my mind how, like,
it boggles my mind how we were the ones that got the shit end of the stick. I can't even comprehend how, with the way people act, we got the shit end of the stick with being me. Guys,
it really is crazy out here.
It really is out of this world crazy. And I think it's because everyone else is also just so mean. And
you know what? The amount of times we've talked, I don't even care. Like, I want to go on a whole tangent about this right now because it's fucking pissing me off. Anyways, the amount of times we've talked with people behind the scenes, off camera, or outside of a fitness event, and they say they 100% side with us and agree with us on, like, some of the stuff that, like, has happened to us. But
everybody.
But they won't speak up on it because they're terrified.
No one will speak up on it. They'll comment, "Love you, queen," on the people's posts that started it all. They'll post pictures with them, and then we meet them in person, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's actually, like, so mean to me, and, like, I don't get why she'd ever do that to you."
Yeah. No, it's
interesting.
Like, this whole content creating thing is so toxic.
Bizarre. Like, it's so bizarre. And, like, that TikTok, yeah. Like, when people, I see a lot of the LA influencer posts too, like, POV, like an LA influencer comes up to you.
Here's the thing.
We need to start making POV. A fitness influencer comes up and talks to you.
All of those TikToks about LA fitness influencers, people side with them. The second, I guarantee, if we made a TikTok hating on Alphaland, we would get shit. We would get so much shit. Like, no, you're just jealous. But, like, why when someone makes it about LA influencers, like, it's totally fine.
Yeah, like, why would I? But, like, jealous of what?
I don't even know. That's just something random that someone would come up with.
Yeah, like, jealous of what? Like, girl, like, I don't want to be there. And, like, you jealous of what? Like, you, like, work with Alpha Elite. Like, what are you jealous of? Like, you can go there and be there anytime. Like, what would you have to be jealous of?
Yeah, I know. And
weird.
One thing that I also have been doing is every single time, this is one thing I can't stand in the fitness industry right now, is the mic'd up workouts. Every single time.
Why? I was gonna get mics.
Dude, it's so cringe. It's literally so cringe. All people are doing, like, screaming into the mic or, like...
Okay, I don't like the screaming into the mic, but the thing is...
Or, like, not looking at the mic. Like, someone will be like... I don't know. It's just... I don't like it.
There's one girl that makes them, and she's been, like... All her videos really pop off, and, like, her videos do really well, because she's just, like... talking through what she's doing. Well,
yeah, stuff like that, like, and, like, educational, that's
good. Why I want a mic.
I just can't do, like, the trying to be funny.
No,
like,
I want a mic because I want to do, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I don't want to be funny.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. I did that for YouTube. I'm gonna be uploading it to YouTube, like my workout.
I was like, don't be a hater.
No, I'm not being a hater. I'm being a hater toward the ones that are so cringy.
I want to post my workouts on TikTok, but I don't like the way I used to do it with either a voiceover or just text. So I was like, I'd rather get mics so I can, like, not voiceover and just, like, talk and, like, edit the video for TikTok. No, but I agree. The mic. Oh, you know what's worse?
What?
Mic'd up little interviews in Alpha Land.
No, exactly. Every single one of them I literally block the person that the creator is. I'm like, I don't want to see your account.
Do you know what it's like walking through Alpha Land and then it's like, oh, you know what's funny? I bet half the people that are like, do you want to be in my video? Like they also probably talk shit about us online. Probably.
Yeah.
But like it's all these people being like, do you want to be in my video? And like you kind of have to say yes because you can't be like, I don't know, like you're not gonna be like no.
Rude.
Because then like someone would start like a Reddit thread about us. So you have to say yes. And like they're always like, what's your body count? Does size matter? And you're like, and it's like everyone just wants to be like Bradley. And it's like you're not Bradley. Like, listen, even Bradley knows. Like even he knows it's cringe when he does it. Like he knows. He'll probably like it's cringe. But it's like he's Brad. And like you can't just like try to like I don't know, like the alpha.
No, 100%.
Alpha man. Like,
it's just so oversaturated.
Yeah.
Like it was cool at the beginning and now it's just oversaturated.
Yeah, but it's super cringe when a bunch of random people are like, can we use you in a video? It's like, what?
Yeah. 100. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really had for like my weekly catch up this week. I've been like doing pretty good with my workouts this week. One thing I want to do less of is like building my lats. So I do one back day of the week and I want to do less back day and more like rear delt day. Because I just want to have more like spheric shoulders. Like I want to develop my shoulders like in the back, like the upper back, like more because I feel like my lats are good A1. So my back days are more just gonna be like accessories on like specific muscles that I want to work on. But other than that, my workouts are great.
Yeah, so last week I went through like oh my god, what am I doing? Like I was so bored in the gym and I think I realized with coming off birth control, I think I really need to play into my cycle because I was on my period and I was like, oh my god, I hate my life. And now it's my follicular phase. And every like thing that it like says when you look up like what's supposed to be your mood for that phase, it's 100% true. It's like your skin's gonna be glowing. My skin looks great. It's like you're gonna have more motivation. You're gonna have more energy. You're gonna be more disciplined. And it's like, okay, I need to start aligning like maybe on the week of my period, like I'm gonna only work out 3 days a week. Like if my body, like rather than making myself feel bad for feeling lazy or feeling unmotivated, it's like or go and just walk or like go and do like mobility and like take a deload, like because it's like if my body like it lines up so exactly with what it tells me like is happening in my cycle. And I think I will also plan like if this is like the phase out of the month where I have the most discipline, like getting more like work done, like if I have things to edit, things to film, like getting it done now because I feel great, like I feel so good. Also, what I started doing this week that I want to touch on, I haven't been using my phone in the morning or at night. It's really been great. I finished a book. I just read at night, read in the morning. Like yesterday I was texting someone. I was like, I'm putting my phone away. Like, sorry, but like whatever. Because it was like 9. And then like I was like today was someone I saw at the gym today, whatever. And I was like, he's like, you went to sleep at 9? I was like, no, I just put my phone away. I was like, I've been putting my phone on do not disturb, plugging it in, I don't touch it. Because especially with my bed being bigger now, if I put my phone on one end of the bed and go on the other and like sleep on the other side, I'm like far enough from it where it's not just like easy to like grab. I'd have to like go across the bed to get it. So I just like put it on one side of my bed, sleep on the other side of my bed.
Yeah.
And then when I wake up to turn off my alarm, I have to move. I can't just like touch it. I have to like move. And then I don't touch my phone for like an hour in the morning and I read my book. So it's been really doing me great things. I'm more focused in the gym. But that's what I've been doing. And I'm like okay with the gym. Like I do want some type of goal. I had a good workout today. I don't know. I'm just trying to like have enough discipline to train hard without any real goal. Because like Kenzie Vance is always posting like how she's so disciplined. And I'm like, I want to be like that. But like, she's like training for something. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I want to be able to be like her. But like she has a goal. Yeah, I agree. She has a reason.
I agree. I feel like for me, in a sense, it was like more like of a goals and like my physique. So like, I don't know. I found it like more fun now going to the gym and like working on like specific like muscle that I want to like build up or like whatever. So I feel like just having like little goals for myself, like in that way, I feel good. Cause like last week I was kind of feeling like that. I was like, oh fuck, like
it's kind of just like what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Like what, like why? Like, why do I do it? It also is because, which this is like actually a really, really good thing. It's just a bad thing in terms of my training. I had like no life and no source of happiness other than working out. So it was like all I wanted to do because I needed to train to get any sort of joy. But now I get so much joy and fulfillment from so many other things, which we had a whole podcast about that. You can go listen. Mm-hmm. But because I get so much joy and fulfillment from so many other things, I don't get that rest day guilt anymore. And I don't get that like, oh my God, I'm such a piece of shit because I took rest. Like, because I get happiness and fulfillment from so many other areas of my life, which is overall a good thing. But for my training, it's not good because that's what really kept me in the gym, was that it was my only source of happiness. But now it's like, bitch, you have so many other things that you could do to be happy. So
yeah, if there was a day where you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, like, let's skip the gym, I'd be like, oh, okay, like, I'm down, like, I got other things I can do.
Like, we could just do other things. But so it's like it's a blessing and a curse, because it's good that my mental health is better, but let me tell you, there is no one that works harder in a gym than a mentally depressed person. So
literally. All right, should we get into the episode? I feel so attacked saying that.
Huh?
Because I said, let's get into the episode.
Oh, from
guys,
that.
so one of you guys sent me like this funny like tweet graphic on Instagram, and it was like, podcasters be like, let's get into the episode when they're already like 30 to 40 minutes into the episode. But yeah, that like in reality, that's what it is. Like, we haven't really gotten into the episode.
I'm excited. Sam organized the thingies, the questions. So I'm just gonna be sitting here answering them, and I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, I kind of figured you kind of would be excited about that. I didn't even offer like sending it to you because I figured you'd be like,
no, I like that. Yeah. I feel like this should be our Q&A setup.
I know.
Like, this should be how we structure a Q&A. Like, you're the one that reads the questions. Yeah. And that can be like our structure. Uh-huh.
So I started off with just like basic questions, and then once we get through those, we're going to work our way into like the advice category, because a lot of them were like kind of directed towards us and like questions of how we live, and then others were like, you guys needed advice with your living situation. So the most common one was, how do we split up costs in different categories of groceries, the furniture in our new place, and then like the kitchen, like cookware and stuff like that.
So groceries are separate. We buy our own groceries, but there's little things like, let's say ketchup, like you don't need 2 ketchups in your fridge. That's weird. Like, that's just weight. That's just like, that takes up space. So it's like, one person will buy ketchup if, let's say, what they're going to eat for the week, like they know they're going to want ketchup. And then when that runs out, like whoever the next person is, like we'll just like buy it as we see fit. Like things like that, like things like olive oil or like nonstick spray or like pepper. Like, I don't know, things that are just like staples. It's kind of like if you see it's run out and like you see we need it. Yeah. You just kind of grab it. Furniture. Splitting furniture is a big mistake. Like splitting the cost of furniture.
The individual piece. Like what we kind of did with ours was like little sections throughout the house, like we bought. So like I bought like the TV with the TV console. So that way, like when I were to move out one day, like I have that TV console. I have like that whole section of furniture already ready to go. And like Taylor kind of did the same with like the couch.
I did the couch, the coffee table, the rug.
And then, so now she can just take those things and like leave with it, whatever. And then I got like the dining table, which sadly is still not here. It's going to be here Monday. And I'm excited to show you guys that. But like the dining table with the chairs and the tables, like that whole set of things is mine. Because like it would just be weird if like I bought the table and then she bought the chairs. It's like, okay, when I move, it's like, it would have been nice if I could have just taken the chairs with me and not have to worry about that. So,
yeah. But however you want to split up the individual pieces, that's just going to be like a you guys decision. But the individual, each piece someone should pay full price for, so that when you move or you want to sell it, it's just one person's like kind of thing to deal with. Like when you move, it shouldn't be like, oh, who gets the couch? I feel like that just like causes issue, and that's complicated. One person should just get the couch, and I think that makes things easier. And then obviously your own parts of the house are like your bedroom and stuff. You're buying your own furniture.
And like we kind of talked about this in another episode when we were talking about like moving in on your own, and like we said, like one thing to like keep in mind with like furniture and stuff is we regretted buying like the cheap furniture. Like we really think it's important to like invest into furniture that you're gonna have for a long time. So like for me, for instance, like there were pieces where I was like, you know what, I really want to buy this specific item because like I know I really am gonna want to have this like for a long time down the road. So like I'll be the one to get this piece. Like if there's something like you're really passionate about, is like I don't know, something, anything, any piece of furniture that you're like, I've been really wanting this for a long time, then you should get it because that's like an investment piece. Anything in furniture related is like an investment piece.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
even if you can invest a lot of money, investing your time in the sense that like check Facebook Marketplace every day for the thing you want. Like trying to like stay on top of finding what you actually want, even if that means like you can't get it right away because you're waiting for XYZ deal, or like you're waiting to find it on Facebook Marketplace or whatever it may be, waiting to get what you want. Really, really important. But yeah, as far as splitting furniture, getting your own, buying things individually, like don't split the couch, don't split the TV. That's going to be complicated when you move out.
It's going to be like, we're going to like look at each other like weirdly and be like, okay,
who gets this?
Who's taking this? And it's like, I don't know, flip a fucking coin. Okay, so that's kind of out of the way. I feel like that's pretty much common sense with all those things. And the next thing you guys asked was, how do you guys handle the chores in the house?
We just do things that need to get done. Like Sunday is like a cleaning day, which is kind of designated in our brains that Sunday is like microwave gets cleaned, like I clean the sink, like clean the stove, wipe the mirrors down, like that kind of cleaning day, do the floors. And then everything else is just like if something's like not clean, like, and you see it's not clean, just clean it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then it's like and that's just for like the living, and then like your own room is like your own room. Like your own room is your own room. But like for like the kitchen and stuff, like if there's dishes in the sink, put them away. Like it's pretty.
Yeah, we'd be doing the dishwasher like how many
every
times
day.
Like literally like every other day.
Every other day, like we honestly do the dishwasher. But like things like that, like
we also never eat out. So
yeah,
like,
no, and we cook all of our food for every meal. So like we do a lot of dishes, but yeah, just like little things like if you like spill something on the counter, you don't just leave it there. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fucked.
Like common
Which
sense
actually
things.
We'll get into the advice column because some of you guys got
some of you have some
shitty roommates.
I had shitty roommates, so listen, I can give firsthand advice. I think I win shittiest roommate, so I can give you all a lot of advice.
Yeah. Next question a lot of people asked was, do you guys cook together? No. We don't cook together, but we do cook around the same time because it's just nice to like sit down and like have someone to like sit with, even if we're not eating the same thing. Like it's nice to sit down with someone and eat. I would love to like cook for you, but like I don't know if you ever would want me to.
I would love for you to cook for me. You can cook for me whenever you want. But here's the other thing of why we need to eat at the same time. We are very, very, very like we run and function on when we eat. Like when we eat, it's very crucial. So let's say we're podcasting right now. We both had to eat lunch before we podcast. Like it's very like we need to make sure that we are fed. Yeah. So we need to eat at the same time. Babies. Yeah, we are literally like babies. So it's like, let's say you're like, you want to go to the mall. Well, if we're on different eating schedules, maybe I can't go because I still need to eat lunch.
Yeah, like it's like very dependent.
Yeah, so it's like we need to like. It'll be like, you want to have a snack then go, or like do you want to go then have a snack? Like it's literally like the way a mom has like a feeding schedule with the baby.
Yeah, no, literally though.
Like literally before this, it's like let's eat lunch and podcast right after we eat lunch so we don't get hungry. Like it's very. We need to eat at the same time or else our day is going to be off with each other. Yeah, and we're like, not going to be able to function.
I don't know if this is like weird, but like we dead ass eat every meal at the same exact time. Like breakfast, 8 a.m.
Well, breakfast, lunch. Because we go to the gym together. Yeah. So we're like on our routine. Lunch sometimes low-key different because sometimes I'll have a snack and you'll eat lunch early, and like the other day I had a smoothie.
Yeah. So like I like to switch it up. Like I'll have like a snack first or then lunch or
so that could be maybe different, but like dinner is like the same time. It's just like I don't know. I'm telling you, it's because we function like when we have food and like we need to be like ready.
No, literally. Next one, someone asked, which I thought this was so funny. Is it like a sisterhood friendship or bestie type of friendship?
I don't think it's like sister because I feel like people talk about their sister friendships and it's stuff we don't do. It's like they bicker.
Yeah, I was gonna say that a lot of times too. Like sisters will be like, you're wearing my shirt. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you wearing that? Like,
that's what I think when someone says sister type friendship. I think
I've never had a sister, so I don't really know how to compare it.
My sisters are older than me, so we don't really have that bicker sister relationship because they're so much older than me that like that just wouldn't happen. I feel like me and my sisters also have a friend relationship.
Okay, so here's my take on this. I would say you're kind of like, it's kind of like sister because I never have had a sister, so like I've never been this close with like a girl before / lived with a girl like this before, so like I would consider this like you're a sister I never had that I do now have.
So cute.
Or we're just I was gonna make a joke like, oh, but we're actually just gonna get married and have kids here and just never leave.
Yeah, no, guys, we are, but but the only reason I wouldn't say sisters because I feel like when you say sister that means like you said, like bickering over like wearing your shirt or something. Like that's what I feel like when someone says sister.
Yeah,
I don't even feel like people that have those sister type friendships don't like hang out with friends all the time together. Like they kind of have like different, separate like friends' lives. It's just like, oh, you're like my sister. It's like literally like family. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's a good take because honestly, like I've never had a sister, so I don't even know. So like honestly, thinking about it, it's like I can't even imagine like bickering with like I like bicker with my brothers, but not. It's about stupid shit. Like, ew, you didn't clean the bathroom. Like, what the fuck? Like, go, like, flush the toilet. Or just, like, super boy banter because they're gross.
Yeah, I don't really bicker with my siblings because they're grown.
Yeah, well, now I don't. But, like, when we were younger. Like, my brother would literally chase me around the house, like, if I ate the last piece of bacon. Like, he literally wanted to, like,
my brother and sister would do that, but not me. Because, again, I'm just youngest by a lot. And, like, my brother would kind of, like, tease me and stuff. But, like, they were already teenagers and I was like 7, so like what were they gonna do to me? I was a baby.
Yeah. This is so random, 100% off topic, but did you ever have like a puke bucket?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so I saw a TikTok and I
puke bucket popcorn bowl combo.
Yeah, like bro, I literally saw it on TikTok and I sent it in my family group chat. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just thinking about this now. Like, this was the most fucked manipulative thing that our parents could have done to us is give us a puke bucket and then later that night eat M&Ms out of it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I would literally, the reason that I would throw up is because they brought the bucket over. I would be like sitting in my bed like about to like throw up and then I'd see the bucket coming and I'd like run toward the bucket and like throw up. Like, I swear that's the reason I would throw up.
There was a TikTok, it was like, y'all say white people don't have culture? What about the puke / popcorn bowl?
No, literally so bad. I had like 7 freaking puke bowls. We would like keep one like next to my bed if I got sick, like next to my bed.
Next to your bed, yeah.
Yeah, one in the hallway just in case I couldn't make it to the bathroom. And then like the bathroom was like right there. So like I had a bunch of them just like all over the place. And
that's so
family
funny.
Popcorn in it. Anyways, let's get into the advice section. We got quite a bit and I'm hopeful we can help you guys out. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna give my honest like opinions on all of these, by the way. So
100.
like no like this is hard love right now. Like no like what's the word you're looking for when you're trying to be like soft and like delicate around someone and trying to like upset them?
Know. Like coddle somebody.
What?
like
what? What does that word even mean?
Like never mind.
Yeah, please. Okay, number 1, advice. Help, my housemate doesn't exercise and I'm finding it hard to do anything in fear of waking them up. I'm sorry, but like, who cares if you wake them up?
Okay, you also need to like not ask, but like, I'm sure they don't care. Like, okay, well, one time you're going 5 a.m, maybe like let them sleep a little bit. But like, if it's like normal hours, like think about it. If it was the other way around, would you really give a shit? I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
and it's also like, are you being respectful when you're trying to leave the house and like get in and out of the house and get your stuff done? If you're being respectful and like quiet, like there shouldn't be a problem with it.
Yeah, and here I'm gonna give like, she said housemate.
Yeah, so it's not a roommate.
So they're in a house. I was gonna say, this advice section, I hope people specified if they're living with someone like in a dorm because that's so different.
I think most people or majority of people did.
Okay, because like if you're in a house, like you're not like sharing a bedroom. Like you can, like they're not gonna wake up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can do things in a house. You're not gonna make noise throughout the whole entire house. I wouldn't wake up if you were awake.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the microwave wakes me up.
Yeah, same.
But like I'm not, or Mac, like I hear, but like it's not like you should go back to bed. Like I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah, I don't think it's that serious either. Like I think just get on with your day and just be mindful of like what you're doing. Like if you're putting the blender on at like 6 a.m, then maybe consider making something different.
Yeah,
in the morning.
5 a.m. blender to me is a no. But like, I don't know. I think past 7:30 a.m. is like go time to be loud.
Yeah.
But like, don't like, you don't like slam doors. But like, don't. You can live your life. It's not that serious. I don't think that's that big of an issue.
Yeah, neither do I. Next one is how to tell my roommate to clean up their messes and help out with the chores.
Tell them.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a lot of people's problem, especially at a younger age, is like having like those like very like mature like straight up conversations, because like if the more you like dilly dally around like a conversation like that, the more like it's just gonna build up for you, and you're gonna get more pissed off that they're not cleaning. So I would just have that conversation with them.
Yeah, there's an easier way. This is what I would do. If you don't want to be like clean up, let's say the dishes have been piling up. Like let's say it's the dishes. Like kind of at first make it seem like it's a both of you issue, even though you know like they're all her dishes. Be like, oh my god, like we need to make sure we're better about the dishes. Like we need to be on it. Like we need to be on it about the dishes.
Yeah.
And then like then you're not like singling her out, even though you know like they're not my dishes, they're your dishes. And then it's like you already kind of told her once, and then you could then after that, if it doesn't change, you could be like, remember about the dishes, just like make sure we do them. But like the first time it wasn't like attack mode. It was just like, hey, we should, or like the floors are kind of dirty, we should like remember to like Swiffer them more. But really you're like, you bitch, you Swiffer them more.
Yeah, that's a delicate way to go about it.
I think that's a good first way to go about it, because then it's like you don't want to come off, because people are also like raised differently. Like I feel, I don't know. I think that's easy.
No, yeah, I definitely agree.
No confrontation.
Love that. Number 3, ways to keep your friendship fun when you are living together. I love this one because we do a pretty good job at this.
Yeah, you just gotta do things.
Yeah, like do
things.
Our number one thing is our Friday dinner reservations. Sometimes it's the two of us. Sometimes a bunch of our friends are with us. But like, if you just have things that you like look forward to, like I don't know, every Wednesday you could plan that you're having a movie night downstairs at your couch with snacks and wine or something. Like just make sure there's like always something that you guys are like looking forward to that's like consistent, because like if you don't really have like plans, like the good thing about reservations is like we have to make those.
Yeah,
like, we have to go. But like if you don't have something that's like consistent, you could potentially just like fall out of like doing those things. So just make sure that there's like something maybe once a week.
Also, like
anything.
You can't be getting like if it's like you not having fun and you're not friends anymore because like you don't like living together, then maybe you shouldn't live together. Like if that's like making you not be fun friends, and like maybe you shouldn't live together. Yeah,
there's a huge difference. That's like a really good point. Is like you can still be friends with someone. It's just maybe like the living situation isn't the best. Like we have a friend of ours that's like in this type of situation where it's like,
oh yeah,
they're
100%.
amazing friends, like grew up together, best friends, moved in together, and then it kind of ruins the friendship for them. It's like that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with each individual. It's just they shouldn't live together. They're opposites, and a lot of time too, like friends are kind of opposites. I feel like a lot of my friends from home are like opposite of me.
Yeah, I can say I have a lot of friends that are very, very similar to me.
Yeah,
I mean opposite in some ways, but very similar in like a lot of ways. I think some people just need more space, and it depends on the type of person. But yeah, I don't know. I think for the question, like you just need to make sure you're doing things like outside of your house, because like obviously if you guys are living together and you want to hang out, you can hang out every single day by just sitting on the couch, but hang out every day by like actually doing something and not just sitting on the couch.
Agreed.
And like being in the same space.
Next one. Advice for when one is a neat freak and the other is a complete slob.
That's a problem for your personal bedrooms.
Yeah, honestly, like you guys should just make it very known that like the neutral area should obviously be like, you know, kept like, together.
My
but
room's
like
a mess, but like that's my business.
Yeah, that's her business. I don't step foot in there.
It's actually pretty clean right now. I need to get rid of some clothes, but listen, but that's my business. Like that's my like that's one thing about me with living with people. Like I would never keep like the kitchen the way I let my bathroom get on a weekend. Like because the bathroom's my bathroom. Like the bathroom, that's my business. That's my business. I'm the only one that uses it. I will clean it. Like, but like that's your business. Like just keep that for your personal bedroom. And then it's like, yeah, who cares?
Yeah. I agree. At least, okay, if there were to like be like at least one place that I would like to continue to stay clean, I think it would be the kitchen. Like everything else, I'm like, okay, like I can get a few days of like it being kind of like a mess, but like the kitchen, I just like to like clean up.
The kitchen too is because it's like you're making like physically dirty messes. It's not like, oh, the blanket's out of place on the couch. It's like you made food and now it's like gross in the sink. Like it's things are actually and just, actively like, sometimes getting messy.
Yeah, you sometimes just like walk back into your house and it smells like Brussels sprouts and you're just like, fuck, like should have cleaned that up.
Damn it.
Or it smells like fish. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like you can't be like total slob is a very big word there. Like that doesn't sound like a little bit messy. That sounds like someone's being actively like dirty.
Like they need a shower.
Like being you can't be actively dirty in the common spaces.
Yeah. All right. This one was more of like a question, but like it wasn't really towards like us. It was just like in general, like pros and cons of living alone versus living with a roommate. And have you lived alone?
I lived alone in a dorm for one semester of college.
So like when I first moved down here, I lived alone for like what, 4 months? 5?
I lived alone for 3 months.
May, June, July, August. 4 months. So I can reflect on like this past year because that's the only time I've really like lived alone. I would say pros of living alone is like you have such like peace of mind of like it just being quiet 24/7, but then it completely slaps you in the face with like the cons of like, holy shit, I'm alone, it's quiet, there's nothing going on. So like I don't really know. I feel like it's like a personal preference. Me, I have like very bad ADHD, so I don't like living alone. So
I wouldn't like living alone either. I'd say my only pro is like you can do whatever you want when you want, but like who cares? Like that's why to me you have a bedroom. Yeah, like I don't know, like you can do whatever you want when you want. I think the ultimate situation is living with someone where you have enough space. Like where we live right now, like we just have so much space. Like I have this whole like floor to myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like we have so much room and that's like ideal, but I don't really know other pros to living alone. I get like some people are like, I'm a live alone person. I don't think I am. I think,
you know what, when the trend was like in versus out, I said out was living alone and I got attacked in the comments of people and like, no, like living alone is superior. I was like, geez guys, like calm down.
I think some of you just like hate your roommates. Like why? Like for me, one, I'd always get scared I'd be murdered. I'd be like, I'm going to get murdered and no one's going to find me.
Also, another thing we have to keep in mind is like, I would get it for the people that work like 9 to 5 jobs and they're never home. And so like the one time that they get to be alone is like when they are literally home for like the few hours that they're home. I would like that.
Okay, that's fair.
But because we work from home and like my schedule kind of revolves around like what I can do like for myself and like I can make my own schedule. Like I'm home all day working. So it's like, I like having someone here. Imagine this. Working from home. Actually, I fucking did this for 4 months. Working from home alone all day. No social encounters at all. I go insane. Yeah.
I just like, because I get it. Like that's the only time you can be alone if like after you work. But at the same time, like you don't need to be hanging out with your roommates like all the time just because you live together. Like if you want to like eat dinner and like go into your room and like watch movies and like be alone, you could be alone.
Yeah,
I guess that's how like I like if I wanted to be alone, I would just like.
We need to have our one friend on this podcast.
Haley?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's just she's going through it, but like what I was gonna say is like there's also like the other aspect of like that person that like they want to come home, they want to be alone, whatever. Then the roommate will make them feel obligated to like say
that's
hi
the other
like,
person's problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's
the other person's problem because like just because you live together, that's not like you're just home. That's not hangout time. Like, and then if you want to, you just need to have that conversation and be grown-ups and be like, hey, when I come home and I'm kind of quiet and go into my room, like I'm not like mad or annoyed or anything. Like I just like am tired and want to be alone. Yeah. Because obviously if like all of a sudden out of the blue you start coming home and like not saying a word and going into your room, your roommate's gonna be like your roommate's gonna be like, what the fuck? So like just be like, hey, like I'm not like I'm literally just tired, like I'm just gonna like do like whatever, long day at work.
Yeah.
And just like talk about it. But like you can't be mad someone doesn't want to hang out with you when you live together all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I agree. So I would say the pros, or overall, just like living with someone is so much better than living alone.
I agree. I mean, also for me, like I'm telling you, my biggest pro is like, what if someone comes and kidnaps me? Like, what if I was alone? Like I'd be missing for days. And
What do you think I'm gonna save you?
No, but like, what if something happened
all the
and
money
like
power.
you got injured at home and I was alone? Like, who's gonna save me?
Oh, that time I put my finger in the blender. Who was gonna save me?
Exactly.
You came to the rescue.
Exactly. Like, what would you have done alone with your finger chopped off?
No, literally.
Exactly.
So let's get into the next one. These are a little bit interesting. The next few. How do you make it less awkward when you have a boy over?
I don't think it's awkward at all.
I don't either. Like, I feel like, sis, like, whoever wrote this, like, you're so in your head.
I don't think it's awkward at all. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like I think it's straight, like, hilarious.
Like what? I just want to know, like, I wish you could respond back to me right now. Like, what makes it awkward?
That's what I'm saying. See, this, I was going to tell you this on the couch and you were like, save it for the
I
podcast.
said save it.
Dorm room. So awkward. I bet I didn't talk to anyone in college, so I don't know. But like dorm room, 100%, because you're sharing a literal bedroom. Like you can have conversation about having boys over because you're sharing, like your beds are 2 feet away from each other. Now I don't know how to handle that because I never did it.
Yeah.
If we're just like a house or apartment where you have your own separate bedrooms, I don't really know why that would be awkward.
Also, I feel like maybe test out which, like, if it is roommates and you're like in a dorm room together, test out which feels less awkward. Like going to the boys' place, going to your place, like whatever one feels less awkward. I never really, like, when I was a freshman, sophomore, I lived in a dorm. Like, I never really went through those like times of. Well, then again, I had a boyfriend, so yeah, and he was at another school, so I never saw him. But
I just don't really know what would be awkward about, like. I mean, I assume she just means having a boy over, like spending the night, or does she just mean like hanging out with the boy at your place in general?
Yeah, either one.
I don't get why either
make
of
it
them
awkward.
would be awkward.
I think you're the one making it awkward.
You're the one making it awkward, and like if it's awkward in the sense that like, let's say you just mean having him over for the day, hanging out, and like your roommate's like third wheeling, like maybe like just like maybe you're just enabling that to happen.
But here's the thing too with third wheeling. I feel like that person that's third wheeling is putting themselves in that situation 100%. Where they are third wheeling. Like if I like when I was in college, like both of my roommates had boyfriends, and my boyfriend was out of state. Like he was like I was in Massachusetts, he was in Vermont, so I never got to see him. But like I would take myself out of those situations. Like I would go hang out with other friends, go to the gym, go do something. So I'm not stuck in the dorm alone with them.
Even if you're in like a house, like even if one of us, like let's say one of us is here hanging out with a boyfriend, like it's not like you have to like go do something, but like let's say you're like on the couch watching a movie, like you don't also have to sit and watch the movie.
Yeah.
You can do
facts
other things. So I don't know. I just don't think it's awkward. And then like let's say you bring someone over and then it's like the morning and there's a boy over. Like I don't think that's awkward. Like I said, it's funny.
Yeah. The next one regarding boys was, do you have rules for when you have a boy over? Yeah, actually we do. A lot of rules.
Strict rules.
No, like very strict rules. You got to be careful with these ones, okay? Safety first. I make sure Taylor keeps the door open. No, I'm dead ass. Like, what? Why are you laughing?
That's so gross.
Who says you guys are doing anything? I just want to make sure you're safe.
Sam, you're like the mom from Mean Girls. You know what I'm talking about? When she comes in, she's like, do you guys need anything? Drink? Condom? No? Love you. Bye.
Lube? Anything? I got you.
The mom from Mean Girls.
No, but seriously, there's no rules. Like, what rules do you want me to make?
Okay, but here's what.
No sex while I'm home.
But here's what I also think that. How'd you say rules for having a guy over?
Yeah, just when you have a boy over, any rules.
Okay, so like when you have a boy over, I think if you're living with someone, continuously all the time to the point that they're almost a third roommate, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair at all.
Like someone can't be basically living there, like because then they got to pay utilities.
100%.
Like then they got to start
be
chipping
running
in.
out that water bill up.
Then they got to start chipping in. Like you can't be basically living together for a whole lease and like someone's literally over all the time and being a third roommate. Then it's like you better start doing chores, paying the water bill.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, I agree. That's definitely something to keep in mind. But other than that, like, no, we don't really have boys over.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, fuck, right. Damn it. We have our guy friends over though, but they like do think like the other day we had one of our guy friends over and helped Taylor move the mattress from the first floor all the way up to the third floor. I was
what a king. He came over and moved
work.
He moved my mattress for me. But yeah, I don't really know what rules you'd have in place when a guy's over. I mean, unless there was some specific reason where someone in the morning didn't want another person to be there.
I feel like we need to start making rules.
What's your first rule?
First rule is gonna be that they have to pet Mac immediately when they enter the house. If they don't fucking pet Mac, they're out. I'm kicking them in the butt and they're leaving.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, no, I get pissed. Like sometimes our guy friends will literally come in. Like I know they're full-handed, but then they'll stand around the kitchen counter for a little bit, and then Max is like at their feet. I'm like, and I'll say like,
pet the dog.
No, I literally said to Hunter the other night, I was like, can you pet Mac? He was like, he won't stop. I'm like, exactly, because he wants you to pet him. Just like pet him real quick and then like move on. So yeah, doggy attention, most important. Anyways, let's get to the next one. How do you deal with a mean roommate? Mine constantly has friends over and they talk shit.
Move out.
Yeah, like
tell you.
I don't know. Well, first of all, fuck your roommate. Like that sounds like a shitty person, I will say.
Yeah. If it's a roommate that was your friend, I see how that could be an interesting situation. Now she's not your friend anymore. Now you have to do like a friend breakup. I went through roommates where like I literally hated them. Like in my last apartment in college, it was 4 of us. Me and 2 of the girls were all friends, loved them, and then we had a 4th roommate who was interesting, and we didn't really like her that much. And let's say we were just home, like my room was my space, and like we didn't really have to interact. And even when I shared a dorm, I shared a literal as big as this room dorm with a singular person who I didn't like the people she brought around. I didn't interact with her. I like just didn't interact. Like you just live in your own separate world, and it's like sometimes that's just what you gotta do. You live in your own separate world.
Yeah, definitely different world. Especially, well, also, there's so many things you can put into consideration. I feel like our audience is very heavy in the college scene. So, like, living in, like, dorms is, like, I feel like very popular with a lot of these questions. So, it's going to be hard. Like, I don't know if you are living in, like, yep, it is roommate. So, that means same room. So, like...
Well, I'd say you're my roommate.
Yeah, that's true. I guess people maybe just didn't realize, like...
Okay, well, no matter what it is, you can mind your own business. Like, I'm telling you, I lived 3 feet away from someone else's bed and I minded my own business. Like, and we didn't interact. And, like, I mean, it sucks. Like, it's not fun to have to, like, be in a room with someone you don't really fuck with. But, like, what else are you going to do?
You can also, like, what I was going to say is, like, you can also, a lot of schools, like, you can terminate your, like...
Yeah, you can switch.
Room that you're in and, like, switch, like... next semester. Like there's no problem with that, and it's like I know it kind of puts like an awkward like tension between you and the other person, but I think like eventually that will like fade away.
Also, how mean are the girls, and are they actually mean? Because you know sometimes people
like send us over
mean.
Your direction, give me your address.
No, but like are they actually mean? Because like hold up, like some people think that we're mean and we're literally not mean. Like are they actually mean? Like
yeah, that's
do
facts.
some inward thinking. Maybe they're not.
I don't know, but if they are actually mean, like send me your address. I'm on my way. Yeah. And
also like is your roommate mean or just her friends? Because like if it's mostly just her friends, like just like then you'd only have to like keep to your distance when they're over.
I know. What if my roommate is an absolute bitch? This one made me LOL because her profile picture was like, I think it was coming from like a Finsta or something. Like I had no idea. I was like, oh shit, like damn girl, like hold on. First of all, take a deep breath. Like 1, 2, 3, do it with me if you're the one that submitted this. 1, 2, 3. Is she now? Or are you just really frustrated with her because of the living environment you're in?
Yeah, okay. Well, like what is she doing? And if she's being like actually like a mean, annoying, horrible person, like you also need to stand your ground and not let someone like walk all over you if they're being that fucking mean to you. And I say this because that's what I did in college. Like I had these horrible roommates and I just dealt with it. And I mean, I lived, and like I said, like at the end of the day, guys, like you can just deal with it and live the rent agreement out and never speak. You can. It is doable. It sucks, but like you can do it. You just stay silent in the dorm room and you do your homework and you go to sleep. So I mean, you can do it. But like stand your ground and like talk about it. Like I think a lot of these need conversations. Like does she even does she know that you think she's an absolute bitch?
Yeah, I'm like, you say that behind her back.
Or are you just like friends? And like, what does she... That needs so much more context. Like, in what way?
Context sucks.
Like, bitch, is she saying mean things to you? Is she just being like disrespectful? Like, what's going on there? But like, I don't know. I really don't know without the context, but that is funny.
Yeah. Next one is, how do you deal with a roommate who all are on different wake up schedules? I know this can be definitely hard. Okay, so obviously from like a college aspect, like a lot of times college people, like, they're sleeping in because they're lazy, like they just don't want to get up. But if it's from an aspect of like someone that has a full-time job and like they're doing overnights, like all that stuff, that's completely different. So like I need a little bit more context on that one. I'm gonna go based off like real world experience, I feel like, rather than the college one.
I mean, it's probably like, yeah, like I'd say real world, like you just have different, like you have different wake up schedules. And even if it is college, like sometimes it's just like you have an 8 a.m. and someone doesn't have class till 12. They're not going to wake up at 7 and rush it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would just say that there's really like no like bad thing about that. Like, I don't know if you're trying to make it into like a big deal with like, because you said like dealing with a roommate that has different wake up schedules. Like everyone's like valued to their own like sleep schedule. Like we literally did an episode on this where like we were talking with the sleep specialist. Yeah. Where she was like, I'll sleep in until like 10 a.m. in the mornings. Like if I don't have to get up, like totally fine. She'll go to bed later. But obviously like just wake up, be like aware of your surroundings, like how loud you are.
Like don't blast your music or like do anything crazy, which is, I feel like we just talked about this with the other girl, but it's like, it really doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Like,
one thing I didn't like though was my roommate taking midday naps.
Why?
Because like if I had to come back between class and like get work done, I couldn't put the lights on, couldn't sit in my desk and do my work. And
oh no, you cannot expect the house to be dead silent in the middle of the day.
No, yeah, exactly. Like that's one thing I could not stand. Like if you're saying like sleep schedule in terms of like the middle of the day when you're trying to do things, but like if it's like morning or night and it's like later, earlier, whatever, middle of the day, nah. Like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I think just like there's no reason why you can't be up and doing your own thing at different times. I mean, I don't know. I just
speaking of that, yawning.
A big yawn talking about sleep just made me tired. I guess I kind of did that. Well, my issue with my roommate in college was she would stay up so late at night when we shared a dorm together. One time she didn't go to bed. Like I'm talking overhead lights on, like playing games on her phone at full volume, like on FaceTime with her friends. She did not go to bed literally until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So I was like, I'm literally not going to sleep. So I had an essay to write. So I wrote my essay the whole night and stayed up writing my essay. And the next day just slept like during the day because I stayed up all night because we shared a literal bedroom. And I was like, is this for real? Like she didn't go to sleep. I literally could not even tell you what time. And I was like, you know what? If I'm awake, I might as well write my essay. So that's what I did. And it was so horrible. It's like the going asleep thing, I think, is something that needs almost more consideration than the waking up. Like if someone's trying to like go to bed, don't be like an asshole at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like don't be an asshole in the middle of the night. Like mornings, like you have to get up and do things, but there's kind of no real reason that you need to be like being chaotic at 2 a.m. Like you should simmer down. But
I agree.
Like mornings, especially if you have somewhere to be, like you're not just like being an asshole. That's what I'm saying. At night, you're kind of just being an asshole to be an asshole. If you work at 7 a.m. and you need to be up, you work at 7 a.m. and you need to be up. There's really nothing that can happen with that. And you just all have to be like aware of each other's schedules. Like let's say on Fridays you work at 7 a.m. and Thursdays, like let's say you're in college. Thursdays are a popular night to go out. Like make sure your roommates know, like, hey, I work really, really early on Fridays. Can we not like don't bring people here after, or like don't, because like I work really, really early.
Yeah.
And it's like most normal people would be like, oh yeah, like that's fine. Like I feel like you just have to like make sure you talk about things like that so you're not secretly getting angry at people.
Yeah, you guys just be,
because if you don't tell them, there's nothing like that they can do about it.
Exactly. Next one is, how do you express to your roommate that you need alone time? I feel like in a sense, like you don't really need to express to them that you need alone time unless they're like bothering you and like they like it's becoming an issue where they think that you're not giving them attention in a sense. Yeah. But like I don't know if like I need alone time, like I'm literally just gonna go to my bed or like I'm gonna like sit on the couch, like watch a movie, just be like more like to myself. But I don't think you need to be like, leave me alone, Taylor.
No, you know what I think we do that's actually kind of healthy? I know a lot. There's like those memes. It's like when your roommate just stands in your room for no reason and like says nothing, or like when your roommate just comes in your room. We kind of like, we never hang out in each other's rooms.
Yeah, we never
like
do.
We don't
like
really hang out in each other's rooms like ever. And I feel like that's like maybe that's the key.
Yeah, maybe
like we
that
just
is
like
the key.
don't hang out in each other's rooms like for no real reason. Like it's just like we have so much shared space. So why be in each other's rooms?
Yeah, another thing too, actually, which has to do with the opposite of being in your house, is like if I know I need a day like completely to myself, like I'll just like go and do a day. Like
That's true.
I'll like hop in the car, go get a coffee, go on a walk, maybe run some errands, and like that. Sometimes it's just like all I need is just like alone time, and it's never anything like against Taylor. It's just like I literally just need alone time.
Like being alone.
But yeah, like if you need to get out of the house and be alone, like that's another way you could do it. If like that person's also like at home all day, because like I know it can be hard. Like we have a big house, so like we can get away with it like in a big house. But like if you're in like a tiny place, like getting out and like doing things.
Yeah, just like go for a walk.
Yeah, go
like,
for a walk.
I like anything. But I think I just cracked the code with all of these problems, and it's like your room.
Yeah,
like your room should just be like your room. Like even in college, like my roommates, like we didn't really go in each other's rooms really. Like I don't know, that's your space, that's where you go. Like, because if you think your roommate's like bitchy, like that one girl, but like let's say she thinks she's your friend, she's always coming in your room and like
like
taking
violation
your shit
of
without
space.
asking and like hanging on your, and then it's like, okay, like that'll get annoying because you're like, bitch, like get out of my fucking room.
Yeah,
like and like that could get a bit much.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know how we ever like started doing that.
I think it's just kind of like how it is. But like, if we like, why do you need to?
I think growing up, it was always like a thing where like my brothers would never do this. My brothers would always fucking barge into my room. But like growing up, like I would always knock on my brother's doors because I didn't want to barge into their room because like,
I don't like doing that either. I don't like waking people up. I don't like.
Also, like, what if they're like changing? Like, I don't know. I don't want to barge into your room. So like, I think that's like always been like I feel like maybe that's like what's kind of helped me is like
I don't know,
not
to
just
me, it's
barging
just-
into your room.
To me, it's just like natural. It's just like I don't know. Like we do so much together and like have so much shared that it's like you can have your bedroom.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I don't
100.
know. It just seems. But I also don't hang out in my bedroom that much. Like I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, same. So I'm all done with those ones, but I wrote this up this morning, so there's a few that I can catch up on. And another one is how do we deal with being roommates and having pets? I don't really like know what they like. If you get a pet, like that's your responsibility.
That's your responsibility. Yeah,
like I'm not gonna like be like abandoning my pet for the day.
Yeah,
and like
because
Taylor, like obviously, like if I'm out and like I need Taylor to take my dog on a walk, like I'm gonna be like, hey Taylor, like would you mind like taking him out to go to the bathroom?
And that's also like it's not my responsibility to like remember that Mac needs to go on a walk.
Yeah,
like you need to tell me like, hey, like an hour, do you mind taking him out? Because it's like I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, like
you're
maybe like I'll see him go to
gonna-
the door and I'll be like, oh, like I'll go do it. But it's like your pet's your responsibility, and like we know people who like have a dog and like kind of let the responsibility just kind of fall on the roommate just because like the roommate can see that the dog like needs to be fed or like needs this and like he has to do it, and like that's not your responsibility,
not
at all.
So like if you have a pet, and I also another thing too is like if you're getting a pet but like you're both like there's definitely situations where like roommates would be like, oh, like let's get a pet for the house, and like they're just like adopting a dog and like both like in the agreement of like let's go get the dog together. Like in a sense it's like, okay, well if you're getting the dog like legitimately together, you're going to the adoption center, like getting the dog together, then like 50-50. But like in a sense like I don't know, I feel like it just like kind of worked out in our situation where it was like it's very known that like I'm Mac's mom and you're Phineas's mom.
Yeah, like those are your animals. Because also if you share an animal, like what are you gonna do when you move out?
Exactly too. Yeah,
but
I don't know how you can do that.
You need to take care of your pet, but you also can't be like, hello, like you can't be an ass if it's like, hey, I'm gonna be out all day, like can you take Mac out? Like don't be an asshole. Like yes, obviously, like I don't know. Like, don't be a bitch. Like because that seems like unnecessary. I don't know. I just feel like that's just your responsibility, and it's like no one else's. And like, don't get an animal and then make your roommates take care of it when they did not ask for the animal.
Agreed. All right, last one is, how do you live with someone that wants absolutely nothing to do with you?
I don't know. I've just said this before. I wanted nothing to do with my roommates, and I just didn't talk to them. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess I was the one that wanted nothing to do, but like she also wanted nothing to do with me. I just didn't talk to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
My other roommate that wanted nothing to do with me moved out of the dorm, so.
Yeah, I feel like you're in like total power of like how you want like that situation to unfold. Like, do you want to move out or do you want to just deal with it?
And leases are quick, guys. Like, it seems like a long time. Oh my God, like a year. Like, let's say you're in college. That's not even a full year. It's probably like 2 semesters. But like, at the end of the day, like the lease will come to an end. Yeah. Like, it will. Like, yeah, like we lived, like even our other apartment, like that went so fast.
It did go.
I feel like fast. I just moved to Austin. You're telling me I'm already in my second place?
Yeah.
Like, it goes fast and you'll live and you'll get out of it. But also, like, I mean, if you're that miserable, like sublease your place. Like, I don't know. But also, like, you can just avoid each other. There's so many people that work just fine just avoiding each other and living their own lives, and like it sucks to say, but it's really what you have to do. If that's
it's like it's kind of normal, like
because the lease is going to come to an end. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah. So I hope we were can't fucking speak, able to help you guys out a little bit. I know a lot of these are kind of just like, in a sense, I feel like super easy and like basic for us to understand, but I know like coming from like others' perspectives and like other roommates, it can definitely be hard living with people, but luckily we've never run into that. So.
But also I want to touch on the last one. Do they want nothing to do with you, or like did you guys ever even like give it a chance like to be friends? Because I know like with my roommate that I didn't really give it a chance to be friends. Like I don't think we would have. Like she really annoyed me. But it's like, did you even like give it a chance to be friends? Like maybe you could try a little bit. Like try to do something. Like try to talk like a little bit. Like I think you could give it a shot. Or not even friends. You know, civil roommates, but like civil enough to be like a show weekly that you watch is on, civil enough that you can like put it on and both sit on the couch, civil enough that like if you need a favor you don't feel awkward being like, oh, are you at the grocery store, can you like pick this up for me, like like civil enough, like just so you can be like friendly with each other. I feel like give it a shot and like have a conversation, because like maybe you're like, oh my God, she wants something to do with me, and she's like, oh my God, she wants something to do with me, but in reality you both just like think that of each other. But realistically, you both would be nice if you just kind of cleared the air.
Yeah, agreed. One thing I do want to add, as we kind of wrap this up, is I came up with the idea starting next week that we are going to do at the ends of each episode, just like taking 1 or 2 of your like advice, like submissions, and we're gonna just answer them, so that way we can continue to kind of have involvement from you guys. Even if we have like a guest on, like it will be nice to have like involvement still with you guys. So if you go to the podcast Instagram, and you will notice that in the link in the bio or on a story highlight, there's gonna be a Google form sheet thing that you guys can fill out if that week you have something that you want us to give you advice on, or like question you have. You can submit it there, and then we're going to pick 1 or 2 each week to answer at the end of the podcast. So check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Love that.
Yeah. This was a long episode, I feel. Was it? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Sometimes I'm like, it goes quick. Sometimes it goes slow.
Let's check.
No idea. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. We're a little over an hour.
Yeah, I love that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're excited for this to get up. But other than that, you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Bye, guys.